Hi, I'm David Oleski again, and I'm here to teach you a few things about painting. Today, obviously, I'm working on a bouquet of tulips. If I can be honest with you, tulips are not my favorite subject to paint. There's just so much detail, and it just feels like it goes on and on forever. So maybe this video will be about patience and perseverance. Stick-to-itiveness. Is that even a word? It's really important to, when you're doing something like a bouquet of 12 tulips, that you realize there's going to be 2 or 3 leaves on every one of those stems. So there's going to be somewhere between 24 and 36 leaves twisting in every different direction. And you have to define each one of them in some way. You'll come up with a certain shorthand. Even within the scope of what it is I do, it's a really complex subject. And it's really important to see in generalities and then bring it down into focus into the details, especially to make all of the tulips be hot spots that help to turn, to make the emerging cluster of leaves still maintain a shape. So I'll check back in when this is finished. I'm at the halfway point. I got the whole thing built up and I'm going to let it set up overnight. Tomorrow when I approach it again, it's going to be a little easier to work because the paint will have a little more weight to it as it just sets up overnight. It thickens. And this is why I use oil paint. If I was trying to do that with acrylic paint, forget it. It wouldn't be happening. But with oil paint, I'll have several days to work it and rework it. I can keep on scraping areas out and making corrections and adjustments, because actually everything I do is just a series of corrections and adjustments. And it's really important that you understand that. Nothing you do is so precious that it couldn't be redone better. So I think I finished with this painting of tulips, but you just never know. So I guess the point of this lesson is, when do you know you're finished? With a complex painting like this, I could keep going on and on and on and refining every edge, trying to clean up color, trying to find more and more nuances. And as I'm doing that, these tulips are growing longer, the colors are fading, the entire still life that I'm referencing actually is changing. I wind up building up a distracting surface. So in the name of consistency and having a uniform and pleasant surface and what looks to be a fairly solid painting, I believe I'm finished. So when you think you're done with a painting, you need to go through a mental checklist. You need to sit back at a distance, look at it, and ask yourself, is it exciting? Is there movement? Is there nice clean colors? Is it a believable sense of space, of depth? And the most important thing is, do you think you learned something, and do you feel like you raised the bar on what you know you're able to do? Every painting should be a step forward in improvement. You should always be learning something, and the things that you learn, you should be able to apply to the next painting. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time. I might try to paint tulips again tomorrow, just because I feel like I could have done better, but not on this painting. So until then, stay healthy, stay clean, stay busy. Learn good things.